Hey guys, so this is going to be a fun little video today. We're going to do an account review. So it's going to be the first on this channel. And if you like this idea, feel free to message me on Discord. I'll leave my Discord username in the description below. And if you want to have a chance at getting your account reviewed as well, just to make sure that you can progress in the best way possible, then just let me know and then I'll get back to you. So let's sign up first for the big grumpy. We are looking at EK's account today. He's from Amin124. He is number 1 in levels on his server, but I can see that there are a few people who have quite higher power level than him. This might be a long video, but we're just gonna go through every single thing that needs to be looked at. We're gonna look at his skills, we're gonna look at his powers, we're gonna look at his relics, also his presets on what he's using for PvE, PvP, raids, etc. We're gonna look at his statue, his mines, his park, his tech park, the farm as well. Really just gonna look at every single aspect of this game, and we'll give him some advice on how he can progress further, and especially in arena where he can try and place in the top 10 or something. So let's actually start with his stats. Okay, crit rate 25%, combo rate 79%. Crit rate could be higher, combo rate is looking really good. I'm happy with that. Then we have crit damage at 1042%. That's also a really nice number to have crit damage above 1000%. Same with basic attack multiplier, it's 900%. That's also really good. Combo multiplier at 6100%. Amazing. That's what you want to see. And overall stats, yeah, 34k attack, 64 million HP, 9.9551. Okay, defense, I think it could be better on this end, but I think most of this overall stat boosts will come by leveling more of your skills, by getting more powers, by getting more relics, by leveling your mounts, your artifacts, so that'll just come with time. For now, let's start with skills. So I'm gonna try and see what he has right now, what he's using, and then maybe I'll try and create something that's more optimal. So camp, I'm assuming that's for PvE. PvE, yeah, that's looking pretty good. I think if you need slightly more kind of survivability, you could use Shroom Shield here instead of Wild Gust. But I think it's strong enough, at least in Chaos, to disregard that. So I think with PvE, I think it's fine on that end. With PvE Bosses, now that's slightly different. Actually, yeah, let's just see right now if he can beat the current boss that he's on, and let's see if he has any troubles with his account. So Dazzle first, use all the abilities. When it's off, use Disarm. When that wears off on the blue shield, you can use Blitz Assault, and then you just turn on auto. Yeah, looking pretty good. Yeah, okay, you killed it. Nice, easy. Slightly too close for my liking, to be honest. Okay, so for PvE bosses, I would actually create another battle plan, another preset for that, and then just have your normal PvE one. So here I'm gonna say boss, and this is for PvE bosses only. What the things that I want to change is, I think with relics, that's one of the most important things. So what do we want when we're versing a boss? So he's actually already using the crit mask, so he has so much combo just on his gear, right? So okay, crit rate mask is fine for his account. Does he have the turtle? He does not have the turtle. In that case, I would stick with Thundercaller Kite. Then treasure wise, does he have the octopus? Forgot to look. No, he doesn't have the octopus. Okay, Slightly unfortunate as well. Otherwise, we would have used this metamorphic crystal. Okay, no, that's fine. We use magic box instead because I'm assuming he uses deer. Yeah, he uses deer. That's good. Okay, this is the really important one. I would probably suggest to use immunity book. We have decent damage. Sometimes with bosses, I think you can either burst them down or kind of outlast their damage and wait until your skills come off cooldown again. Personally, I kind of rely on immunity book first, and then when it's not working, then I might try to use the beast hide book and see if I can just kind of one-shot it before it starts doing too much damage to me. So here I would use immunity book, really important here. Time statue, want to improve disarm, dazzle and smoke bomb, which we have all three equipped, right, by 50%. So 1.5 seconds becomes 2.25 seconds, 3 seconds disarm becomes 4.5 seconds, and this huge 5-second boost, we get even more damage boost. So best statue in my opinion. Last one, man, the most unfortunate thing for this account is look at his skill gacha level. He's at level 14 and he has yet to unlock the best skill in the game right now, Clone Strike. That's so unfortunate. If he had this, he would be progressing like crazy. No one would be able to beat him in PvP. He'd just be like doing absolute bonkers damage. But without this skill, we have to make do with what we've got. So what can we use instead? Let me claim these free gems. So if you had Clone Strike, you would use this 100% of the time. There's no contest. Okay, he doesn't have that, so okay. Actually, I would probably use Spirit Necklace since he has Blitz Assault, and then basic attacks do an extra 15% damage during Blitz Assault. You could also use, upon triggering Wild Gust or Blade Pierce, restore 2.5% of max HP. In his case, I would probably use this if he's really struggling to survive, or where you need to fight something and you have to survive for a long time, like the family raid boss. So I will create another set for him for PvE bosses. It's pretty much the same thing. However, I do think that Blade Pierce is stronger than Wild Gust, especially for killing bosses. So I just want to PvE boss. I just want to change the name again. With the normal one, PvE, sorry, I'll just rename it. I think that's sitting at a good spot. It's comfortable. Wild Gust is AoE, so it's better than Blade Pierce when you're fighting the normal mobs. Like I said, if you want a little bit more survivability, you can just use Stream Shield here. Otherwise, it's looking fine. With PvP, let's go to PvP. What would I change? Would I change anything? No, it's looking good. Something to notice, guys. Never use Disarm and Dazzle at the same time in PvP, because your skills go off automatically, and then Disarm lasts longer than Dazzle, meaning Dazzle's ability will be completely useless. So you would want to use something else instead. And in his case, he's opted for Wild Gust and Blitz Assault and Blade Pierce. So I think with his current setup, that's probably the best setup that he could use. He could also try to use Take It Slow to reduce the attack speed of targets and use that instead of Wild Gust, but you're just gonna have to test it out, find someone to practice against, for example the second player, and then you just press practice and you try it maybe a couple times with the cactus, a couple times with Wild Gust, see what is more consistent, see what works for you, and you go from there. So we have PvE skill setup done, PvE boss skill setup done, PvP done. Now let's do this boss one, which I'm pretty sure is for his raids. Alright, let's see. Raid. Yeah, raid. So this is his raid setup. Let's go and fix that real quick if it needs fixing. Heroic Descent, for me right now, unless it's proven otherwise, it's a hard no. I feel like Heroic Descent and Grim Reaper really does not do that much damage. So I don't really want to use that. I would definitely use Blade Pierce instead, as you deal an extra 1.5% of their max HP per second for 5 seconds. And with a family raid, Big Grumpy having so much HP, I think that's going to help even just a tiny bit in doing that much more damage for you. Having Nature's Renewal and Shroom Shield is really good, and Blitz Assault is amazing. Smoke Bomb is also amazing. I think at his level, what level Grumpy is he fighting? Let's see, 40. Yeah, it's starting to get to that really hard level where you're gonna start to struggle to survive a full 10 minutes of the raid. So I think what he has here now, I think that's looking pretty good. Let's just quickly go into his raid preset, and let's change his relic setup as well. So set 4 we did was for PvE boss, so we'll title it boss. And then let's say set 2, this can be for his raids, so we'll title it raid. It's always nice to have it really clear and laid out. So crit raid again, Thunder Caller is good. Don't use Blue Snowflake, use DL again. The book is where it's important. Use the healing book. This is huge in raids. It helps so much. You have no idea. Like if you use it, I can sometimes survive the full 10 minutes. If I don't use it, I sometimes die within the first minute. It's crazy. It's so good. Okay, and then statue. No, not cage statue. Time statue again. Why? Because it's using smoke bomb, and I think that helps a lot. The necklace. This is where we can use the Crimson Sickle necklace. Since he has Blade Pierce equipped, he can restore 2.5% max HP every single time he uses it. He could also experiment with using Wild Gust here as well, if he's really struggling to survive. That way you have healing from Nature's Renewal, healing from the healing book in the relics, and both of these skills, and then 2 shields. Man, that's so many shields and heals. I think it would definitely live a lot longer with that. So try it out. I don't know how he fights in the raids. I haven't seen it personally, but you can just experiment with this setup for now. And if you're surviving really comfortably, then you can replace Wild Gust with Smoke Bomb. For now, I'll just keep it like that, and I'll let him decide. So let's try and fix his setups, his battle plans. So with PvE, okay, let's get the correct skill setup equipped. Same here for the relics. Let's just do it as set 1, and then I'm gonna adjust this right now. So set 1 can be for PvE. PvE in general. Oh, why is this on? Got no idea. Let's just use crit rate. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, in normal mob stages, use Flame Book, because the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th books are all related to bosses, and then the final one is just extra defenses. So for me, I think I personally prefer using the Flame Book. In the general PvE stages, again, use Time Statue. I think there's no debate here. And I would probably just use, Blitz Assault or Crimson Sickle Necklace. Up to you. But I'd probably stick with this, since this is more, you use this like every single time. Good. Now, Relic is done for PvE. We also did it for the PvE bosses, right? Just have to change this. PvE boss. We will get to powers eventually. Don't worry about that. just trying to do it in order. PvP, change it to the PvP skill set, and then PvE raid. Okay, let's do another set for relics in PvP. Again, most of these that you'll be using will be the same thing. You'll only be changing, I think, the book. And the book here, again, this is really the only one that's super beneficial in PvP. These are completely useless. You could use this if you wanted to, but I still think attack is better, especially for an archer like him. Again, time statue, you want to disarm them for as long as you can, so this really helps. And last of all, I'll probably use Spirit Necklace again. Okay, so as you can see, most of the sets are quite similar, with the only thing being the book that's we're kind of changing quite often. But why am I doing this? Because it's much easier to just go into here, choose a different battle plan, and then equip it just by pressing switch plans, just like that. It's so much easier to do that than to go into every single setup and change it slightly. For me, that's just too much of a hassle. Okay, PvE, PvP, PvE bosses, and raid. Skills and relics are now done. So, anything that we have to cover is powers. Let's look at his powers. What's he got? Not bad. Yeah, Treasure Dragon's actually pretty good here. Ideally, what he wants is the octopus and the turtle. Man, this turtle helps so much. It's pretty much a free stream shield once you hit 50% HP. But we'll leave that for now. We'll adjust all his powers. I'll just change the names just for consistency. With PvE, what would I use? Let's see. Okay, Hydro Sprite is actually amazing. This extra skill energy regen of 25% really helps us get our skills off cooldown faster. So I would 100% use this most of the time. Probably in every single power setup apart from PvP. Okay, just keep that in mind. Why? Because in PvP, normally you kill the opponent or the opponent kills you before your skills come off cooldown anyways, even with the Hydro Sprite. So in PvP situations, it's better to kind of use something else. Okay, so Hero Bird, really good. Bunny, absolutely amazing for archers. Actually, in general. Chicken Hood is actually really good as well. Okay, so what can our final one be? I'd probably not recommend using Tipsy Snail. So I would either choose Angel Deer here or Treasure Dragon. I think he's surviving quite easily. So I'm gonna say Treasure Dragon here is the choice to make. So that's our PvE setup done for powers. Now we create one for PvE bosses. Actually, would that be any different? Yeah, actually it would be. It's just like one, it would just have one difference. And with bosses, that difference is we just want that tiny bit more survivability. So I would actually use Angel Deer, Benny, Hero Bird, and then either Chicken Hood or Treasure Dragon. I'm leaning slightly towards Treasure Dragon just because, you know, it's a pink power. It does a little bit more. It increases. Actually, no, scratch that. I think Chicken Hood is better. Why? Because our crit rate is only 25%. So that's not really high enough to take full advantage of this Treasure Dragon just yet. So I'm going to say Chicken Hood is much more consistent. So we'll title this PvE Boss. And that's done. Next, we do PvP. Okay, yeah, not bad at all. Combo 5% from the blue banana. Yeah, it's alright. I think the more you play, the more kind of useless it gets since it's just a blue power. Ideally, it'd be nice to get the red banana, but I know that not everyone managed to get it. because it was just like a limited time event or something. So I think for consistency's sake, I will use Chicken Hood here instead. I think he has enough combo damage as well, so he should be comfortable without using that blue banana. So this will be the PvP setup for his pals. And then this boss one will be his raid. Now, what do we choose for raids? This is where it gets slightly interesting. Benny doesn't work in family raids, so we don't want him. We kind of want to survive as long as we can and still do the most damage that we can. Hydro Sprite is amazing since fights last 10 minutes and you get 25% cooldown. Nice. Okay, I want survivability. Deer is a must. Okay, Snail is absolutely useless because the Big Grumpy doesn't move at all, right? So you're just wasting a spot there. So I wouldn't use him. I would probably use Treasure Dragon here. Hero, Chicken, good. What you could change, potentially, if you want to survive even longer, is use Panda, get your extra 40% HP regen, and that way, I think you're really not going to be dying. So I'm going to leave that as his raid setup. If he's really like getting way too much HP, then he can always swap to the Treasure Dragon and do a little bit more damage. But as for now, I'm going to keep that for his raid setup. And I think that's it for the pals. So we have PvP, PvE, raid is already on raid, and then the PvE bosses. Nice. So that's our skills, our powers, and our relics sorted. What's next? Probably the prayer. Okay, so let's see what it's got. Okay, set 1, 5 combo. Nice. Set 2. Wow, 3 SS combos and then 2 boss damages. Okay, no problem. We can work with that. Ideally, we don't want 5 combos because the more affixes of the same stat that you get diminishing returns. So the ideal numbers that you should be going for is around 3 combo rolls or 4 combo rolls, and then you will get something in attack or in crit damage. So just to keep that in mind for you guys. So this set 2 will be a perfect example. It's got really nice 3 SS global combo damage rolls. Now all he needs to do is re-roll the boss damages into either attack or crit damage. Literally whatever comes first for him. And he has 54,000 fruit, and he should not be spending this anytime until the next prayer rush starts. I think for him that starts in 5 days and 11 hours. So right now I would be trying my best to get as much fruit as I can so that when the prayer rush comes, I can spend it all, hopefully get a really nice set of stats going. And yeah, for now, I'll plant some basic seeds for him, because we really always want this going. Now that we're on here anyways. Okay, he's actually got level 8 building, that's really good. I would suggest to buy this, 5 of these every single day. Or maybe even just 4. As you can see, when you go from 4 to 5, it doubles in gems. So kind of up to you. I had a lot in my own account. I had around 500,000, so 5 to me was fine. In his situation, 42,000 gems, I would probably say just get 4. So I'm going to buy that for him. So he gets 20 fertilizers every single day. He should try to use that as much as he can. And here again, 4 or 5. Yeah, I'd probably go 4 again. So with farming, really just try to come online when the crops are ready. Just plant them and try to steal if you can. Ideally, you'd want to steal like these rainbows. So I'm going to help him steal. Alright. And really, as soon as you're active, try and do this first. find the rainbows, steal them. It'll be good. Okay, so that's pretty much Prez covered. Now let's just see what he has equipped. So PvP, this is fine. PvE is fine. Boss, what was that? That's for raids. Yeah, and it's got the set 2 with the boss damage equipped. I think that's fine, that's really good. And then also raid, I would probably equip set 2 instead. And I think that's really it for his battle plans. So I think we've really sorted it out. We've got 4 battle plans for him. One for PvE, one for PvE bosses, one for PvP, and the last one for family raids. You could make another one for Blazing Cave. Has a slightly different setup as well, but we might cover that in another time. So let's look at some other stuff. Let's look at his lamps. He has 34,673 lamps. He's saving up. Why? Because he's at level 23. He's getting close to level 24, where he will unlock Aura's gear, and that's going to be a huge damage boost to his account. He needs around 17 more million gold to unlock those final 2 upgrades for lamp 24. How is he going to get that if he's not opening the lamps to get gold from selling gear in the first place? Okay, the biggest thing that I can think of immediately, family shop. Oh, let me get that dragon real quick. I love these. Okay. Oh, he only has 6,000 tokens for family contribution. I don't know what's going on there, but you should try and participate in both raids daily. At least try to join one and just have it open for the first 30 seconds of a fight, because you get contribution rewards. Or like participation rewards, I think that's what they call it. But yeah, 5 million gold for 50,000 tokens is a really good purchase if you're trying to get from level 23 to level 24. In his situation where he only has 6,000, I think that's a no-go. There's no way he can reach that in time. So what I will recommend for him is just every day to buy all the bombs, all the drills, just like I said in my last video, and nothing else. Only this every single day from the guild shop. Okay, is that it? Yep, that's it. Alright, so what he needs to do is to make sure that he's signed up and to make sure that he's participating in the family brawl and making sure he's redeeming these chests, which also give, as you can see, tokens. And yeah, that covers that. Okay, so that still hasn't solved our problem. How are we going to get 17 million gold? Okay, so he spends a little bit, since he's number 1, I'm sure of that. Actually, with this reversal showdown, this is amazing. If you... let's see, where does it say? Here, okay. If you press on this, the chest stone, used to exchange for 7 chests in a reversal showdown event, but it says converts to 1,000 gold after the event concludes. With the previous event, if we actually bought all these packs and we kind of, just kept collecting the daily ones, we got around 16 million gold. So that was really a nice way to get gold for not a lot of money. Actually, it was the cheapest way to get gold. This time, I'm not sure how smoothly that will go, because there's only 3 packs here. So you're going to have to do the maths and just work out how much gold you're going to get. But I would still highly suggest anyone who wants to get a quick boost in gold to buy these chest stones, because when the event ends, it's going to convert to gold. It's going to be a really easy way for you to get one step closer to level 24. Alright, let's look at mounts. Okay, he's at tier 6, 4. Nice. Really good work. Don't spend these until Mount Rush. Always try to save all your resources and only spend them during the rush events. That way you get more bang for your buck. You get more rewards from getting the same upgrades. Obviously, it's a little painful because it means you kind of stagnate in your power level and in your progress kind of every couple of days in a way. It's really consistently stagnated because of how often these rush events appear. But, you know, it is what it is. That's how the developers have made it. So we're just going to have to go with it. Well, he's got Firebreaker unlocked. That's the best mount for archers in the game right now. Cloud Drifter is unlocked as well. That's so nice because of it extra 10% in global attack. He's got Horizon Racer. Honestly, I'm not a fan of this, so I'm steering clear from it. And he's got Blazing Motorcycle. Every 10% lost HP, release a Flame Jet. Yeah, it's alright, but it's not the greatest yet again. I would probably say stick with a Firebreaker for every single mode. And yep, not much to say about this one. With Empowerment Gear, damn, it's been unlucky. 12 levels into skill damage and only 3 levels into basic attack damage. That's the one that we really want for archers, right? And that's the lowest for him. So that's, damn, I feel bad for him, man. He doesn't have Clone Strike after level 14 gacha, and his Empowerment Gear is really not looking great. So what can you do? You have to work with what you got. Okay, artifacts. Yeah, this one's interesting. Because once you hit level 30, so when you go from 29 to 30, from 30 to 31, I think the amount of Divine Hammers that you need to level up resets. It goes back to around 500 to 1000 again. So even though right now it may seem, holy crap, like 10,000 hammers to level to 29, and then I think it's like 15,000 hammers to level to 30 or something like that. Something crazy, you know. And then you just think, what if this keeps going on forever? It's not the case. They actually reset it, and you get a really big power boost again. So, especially in these events, I don't know what it's been buying. Why has it been buying these new dungeon keys? I don't feel like you should be getting them since you don't really know what it's being used for in the first place. Okay, so he still has some that he can buy. So I would say for all the packs that you can buy, select Hammer and select Hammer here. So pretty much always try and get Hammer. Yeah, here, Hammer, Hammer. That's a 700 hammer. 700 hammers. In the final one, yeah, that's where the nice one is, 1200 hammers. And then here, I would probably just either go for toothpaste or maybe a chance at a red soul. Honestly, it's not looking great. I'd probably just get the toothpaste guy. It's more helpful. But yeah, with events like these, always try and focus on hammers, especially as well when we just had, I think, some spinner events with the Easter event, when we could redeem from the shop a bunch of, you know, different options. You should be choosing hammer every single time. Okay, and let's see what artifacts he has. He's got Chaotic Warlord's Hammer and it's got Spring Core. Good, really nice. So you just have to make sure when you're in PvE mode and you're fighting the mobs, equip the hammer. And when you're fighting in everything else, like raids and PvP, equip Spring Cord. This is much better since this is really only good for dealing with mobs. Okay, sorry for a long video, guys. There's just so much to cover. Now, let's talk about souls. Okay, so he's got really lucky with a red soul for combo. So that's the perfect one. He probably didn't get lucky, to be honest. He just bought it from the Family Brawl shop. But anyhow, that's really good. That's what you want to see. Crit damage is also leveled up really high. And attack is leveled up high. Basic attack damage leveled up. And then everything else is kind of, yeah, at level 1, 2, and 3. I think that's really fine. I don't need to say anything here. and I think he's doing well regarding souls. So we'll move on. Mines. Let's see. Okay, now we have 20 drills, 20 bombs. How do we do this? Okay, I would suggest, does he have a mining pass? Yeah, he does. It's at 8,116 meters. I would suggest always using one way down until you reach 10,000 meters, and then use acquire resources every single time. But for now, every single day, try and use up all your drills so you can get the 2 free ones for your ads, and just try and clear as much as you can, obviously making it as most efficient as you can so you can get the most rewards out of it. I will speed this up so it's not so tedious. Okay, so we're nearing the end now of our bombs, so we just have one final one from the ads, and we'll want to save that and only use it when we most need it. For now, I think we can still use the drill to kind of clear some way for us. We see another drill in the bottom right. Is there any way we can reach it? Yes, we can. We can put it here, and then we'll do the same here. Okay, this looks like a nice spot to use the last bomb, just to get some resources. And then now, okay, so there's just one silver ore on the side. I would just use a single pickaxe for that. And yeah, we just clear like this all the way down until we use our 22 drills and 22 bombs that we get every single day. So now 2 drills left, 1 drill left, final drill. Okay, now once you've used all that, next step, 1 way down, and you just use all your pickaxes. Okay, now you get 2 ads for 30 extra pickaxes again. In this situation, I could just go 1 way down again, but you know, there's some decent amount of resources, and I see a free bomb, so I'm gonna actually go for this instead. I'm gonna use the bomb, and then I'm actually gonna manually dig down with these 15 pickaxes. Damn, okay, that's unlucky. I'm blocked by the steel, so I'm just gonna have to keep going. See how far I can get. Okay, I'm kind of stuck here, but that's alright. Okay, final one for the ads. Let's just use it. And yeah, that's done. So, wow, we landed on a good spot. 2 gold ores and a drill. So, once the pickaxes replenish or the reset happens, you should try and clear that up. Okay, now, with these ores, again, save it. And only spend it during Tech Rush. So what does he have? Yeah, max everything. Good. Right now, just keep saving. Once Tech Rush starts, try and get 10 out of 40 on attack and defense, so you can unlock this Stream Art of War, which is an extra 50% skill damage, and I think it gives you like a 1 million power boost to your overall power level. So, pretty cool. And I think, yeah, that's it for tech. It's looking pretty good as well. Now we'll go to Dormitory. Dormitory. 432 per minute. 717 per minute. Okay, it's looking slightly low. I wonder why. Okay, that's why. With Dormitory, the retainers that you employ, the higher the level they are, the more AFK rewards they will give you. So this guy here, level 1368, is not going to give you anything. I'm just going to dismiss that for you. Same here, 5.5, it's not worth it. So instead, you want to try and find the highest leveled people that you can possibly beat and also keep for a while. So I wonder if I don't know, we can fight any of these guys. When we do fight, make sure it's, yeah, equipped onto the PvP. And spring cord equipped, yep, good, looking good. So let's see. Let's say, oh, he has no employer, so we'll just fight him. Hopefully we'll beat him. It's a good opportunity also to see how well he does in PvP fights. Okay, he's fighting a warrior. And yeah, looks like no problems there. Boom. Already he has more passive rewards, even though we are short one person. So let's find one more person. Maybe, yeah, maybe this guy. I have no idea who these guys are. I don't know if there's like a rule for not, you know, locking up your guild members or whatever. Sorry if there is. But yeah, I'm just gonna try here. Okay, we've won again. It's looking like he's actually doing pretty well. And with that, he now has 588 gold per minute and 976 gold per minute for offline. So remember to try it and catch the highest level people possible. So if I was EK, I would suggest to remove these bottom 3 people as well and try to get maybe people similar to that level 15,000. And you're going to just get more rewards overall. Okay, so what else should we cover? Maybe on what to spend. If you guys like to actually spend some money, this is actually quite good, because even though you start off with level 1, the price of each pack does not increase. So it'll still be 99 cents on level 2, level 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So buy this 7 days in a row, and then every day from then onwards, you get a magic lamp key for only 99 cents. I think that's a pretty good deal. So if you're someone who, you know, doesn't mind spending, then I think that'd be a great purchase for you. This one is actually okay as well, since you get the key and another diamond key, but it's not as worth it as the growth pack. Let's see here. Yeah, you just make sure you do all your keys every day, your dailies in a way for this game. Make sure to draw all your free add powers and skills, and then in the daily deals, I think the only thing worth buying here is the dungeon pack for $1 again, because you get 4 keys for just $1, and I think, yeah, it's worth it. And yeah, hopefully I've kind of covered everything. Maybe I'm forgetting something, just because there's so many different parts to this game that we have to kind of focus on. It can get a bit overwhelming at times. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thanks to EK again for letting me go on your account, go through it and review it. If anyone else wants me to do the same to their account, just, yeah, like I said, send me a message on Discord and I'll get back to you. Hopefully this has helped you guys. Hopefully this has helped EK as well, and he can progress a little bit more in PvP and in all the other aspects of the game. Final words, probably just try to maintain a really good combo rate, but increase your crit rate. The biggest things here is, yeah, it's just gonna be completely up to luck, right? How lucky you're gonna get once you unlock this Aurus gear. So please just, yeah, pray to RNGesus. Pray that you get Clean Strike, and then you're gonna be in a much better position once you do get Clean Strike. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I tried my best. Please let me know if I could have made any better suggestions that you know of. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.